everybody who's played or coached at this level, it's a long season. I mean, it's a long preseason for them. They do 6 or 7 weeks where they're on their own, and then all of a sudden we get into it, and we start October 15th, and we go just about a month. We have 2 scrimmages during that time. That's a lot of practices in a row to be up and excited. And, it's, can you be boring? Are you willing to do the basics over and over and over again to the best of your ability? Or are you more worried about your own field goal attempts or, time on the bench, or you just don't grind? Because last year's team's greatest talent was their toughness, and to me, toughness is doing your job no matter what the score or what the result of the last play is. It's not necessarily being physically tougher. And that was a really unique thing. I mean, we were in the top 5 in points allowed last year because they were willing to grind it out. And that's what graduated, was those 3 guys with them. And they weren't perfect, but they were really committed to it. I think we have good talent. I think we have good character within our group, but it's a new puzzle to figure out.
One thing that I think we got to be really conscious of is not comparing ourselves to last year and what we were last year, because to be honest, that team is done, and we have some returning pieces, but it's not going to be the same team anymore. So it's just about coming in every day and focusing on, the things that we need to improve upon each day with the pieces that we have, which is going to be a little bit different. I think we're a little bit longer, a little bit more athletic. So it's just about using those pieces in the right way, and looking forward, and not comparing ourselves to what we were last year.
We're still going to be a 10 feet and in team. We're still going to be focused on the same anchors that we always are. We want to be a team that's worried about points allowed, not necessarily a field goal percentage. We want to make sure that we're winning the points to paint, that we're shooting more free throws than the other team attempts, that we're limiting our turnovers to less than 12, and that we're plus on the glass. And so those are still the goals, because it's not like we brought in 5 guys who are just going to fire threes from the other guy's bench. So then the next piece is, can we be a great defensive unit together?
Every standard that the program has, you have to uphold to the highest integrity you can. Because if you're not doing it, there's no way you can tell someone else to. That's point A. You got to be able to lead yourself, be accountable yourself, and do all the little things right. And then point B is about really, for me especially, it's about reaching out to people and getting the best out of everyone. So it's about coaching them up. It's about helping them when they're having a bad day, and it gets competitive, and people, talking junk during practice or whatever, and get after it. But at the end of the day, we need the best out of each player, and I'm just trying to get the best out of every single person.
We challenge them again that communication is the building block to any successful team. If we're not communicating, we're not playing defense, but more importantly, if we're not communicating when guys have been accepted and decided to matriculate, then we're behind the 8 ball. So our guys did a really good job of trying to stay on top of each other over the summer and motivate each other, but also trying to integrate new people.
The one thing I think that is keeping us focused is, at the end of the day, we had a great run, but we came up too short, to be honest. I mean, we want to be the last one. We want to be the number 1 team at the end of the day. So as great as it was to win, it hurt losing that last game. So I think we feel like we have a lot of good talent coming back, and we feel like we have good pieces, good new pieces. So it's a new goal. Our goal this year is to win the national championship. So every day we're working towards that goal. And this has nothing to do with last year.
We acknowledge that we would love to go back to the Final Four, that we would love to, advance all the way to the title game and win it, and that's fine. And that should be, a goal for the right kids. But, to think we're even near a Final Four ability right now, I mean, we're trying to figure out who they are, what they bring to the table, and how they can best impact our team in the game. And that may mean, hey, you're going to take less shots than you did someplace else, or you're going to take more, depending on what our needs are. There's still some of that toughness and the understanding that we got to do it all together. But the question is, can each of those guys now take on whatever role they earn this year and be positive teammates?